You just do it.
Okay, let's do some recording. Yeah, so we will start the formal presentation, and so a little bit later, but just quickly for this introductory part. Welcome from Ljubljana. I'm here with Blaž Golob, a friend since 20 years, I guess. And we are here because Blaž is organizing at this Ljubljana Castle each year a conference on the future of cities. And because today's call is focusing on the role of cities and how can we get cities engaged in our programs for pilot actions, I thought it's a good idea to have the call here. And may I ask you to introduce yourself? I think we can just let's start the call. Yeah. So welcome again. We are here at Ljubljana Castle at the GloCha contest Community Talk 4, inspiring and empowering climate action of cities and citizens. And I'm here with Blaž Golob, the founder and CEO of the Go Foresight Institute, smart cities expert, co-chair of the Ljubljana Forum on the future of cities, foresight expert, heading the node for the Millennium Projects of Future Studies expert, and many more. And foremost, my friend.
Thank you, Miro. Hello to everyone. It's always interesting to hear because Miro knows more about me than I know about myself. So thank you, Miro.
You're welcome.
So anyhow, yes, we cross our paths in the past because being engaged on international arena as a member of the Millennium Project is a global foresight think tank. Uh, I'm a chair for the region of Southeast Europe, and our focus of our note is more on future of cities and how actually with a combination of foresight and with the use of foresight methodology, foresight practices, how cities can tackle global challenges. And of course, the GloCha contest very much fit and the objectives of GloCha very much fit into what cities are doing. And especially let me say in this regard that partner of Ljubljana Forum is the city of Ljubljana, which is the capital of Slovenia in the sunny side of the Alps. And Ljubljana also as a progressive city with the leadership of its mayor and his staff achieved many European awards, and amongst them European Green Capital, which is actually how the cities throughout city projects can also bring about the fighting global challenges, and one of them, of course, climate change. So that's where we are, and every year we organize events with different stakeholders. So we really take care that all are represented, not just city authorities, but also university science, NGOs, and business part. And of course, the young. So we see, because even when the foresight, as a foresight community, is important to have young people engaged, and also because that's what we need to enable the bright future, the good future for a young generation. And many times in many different forums, they are not engaged. They are not engaged, but it's about them. So that's why I appreciate Miro's engagement, leadership in GloCha, and all of your work that you're engaged. So now I transform myself more into a listener than talker.
Thank you very much, Blaž, and thanks for having arranged this beautiful venue for today's call. Let me go around a little bit, showing you here. This is the place where we are. There in the background, there is an exhibit, and that's also the space where the Ljubljana Forum is taking place. Yeah, we can go around so that you see. And we are planning with the next Ljubljana Forum to have also, so you see, there's a beautiful space there. And here is the place where the conference takes place every year. And this year we will aim to have our workshop and the presence of the GloCha contest uh, artwork here. And here also a view on the city of Ljubljana and the Alps. So just that you have an impression where we are and why we are looking for inspiration and creating the context, the story with the places where we hold our community talks. So today's call is focusing on cities because cities are the governance level which is closest to real spaces, real action potential, closest to the people, and therefore we believe that our solution, our contest especially, but also the digital tools that we are developing, this needs to be linked with the programs and the activities and the goals of cities. And because the city where I live, in Klagenfurt, where I has its headquarter, is an EU mission city for EU mission for climate neutral and smart cities, and Ljubljana is an EU mission city as well. And we've had already some conversations around how can we build cross-border initiatives, cross-border programs. We believe now that this contest is a very nice opportunity for us to really build the connection between these cities in this global program framework that GloCha is providing. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here. We have here on the agenda an overview. First, I will show you a little bit for those who are new to the program. I will show you what the contest is and also what some of our GloCha solutions are and what specific engagement opportunities there are for cities in our contest, and then also what broader opportunities there exist, and then announcement of these future events. And we have there in this agenda item on the GloCha contest additional award for street art. This is with Doug Reagan from the UN Habitat Youth Program. He is caught up in another call, but he should join us in about 20 minutes. And therefore, I would now perhaps make a first invitation to all of you on the call to introduce yourself in a 1 minute or 2 minutes introduction. What brings you to the to this community, to the contest, or in general to GloCha? And on my screen here, first is Joanne Mary Kelly. Please, could you introduce yourself?
Well, hi, thank you. I'm Irish American, so I'm dual citizen, and I've been spending the last 18 years in Singapore, which I'm transitioning now. I've just taken a job in Hyderabad, so I'll be working with a university there soon. I'm a professor and an artist, and I've been working with environmental issues and also bringing that into my students. I just finished a book chapter called When Your Feet Never Touch the Ground, and it's through drawing. I got students to answer a lot of questions about the relationship to nature. And really, when you have no relationship to nature, how will we get people to empathize with what's going on to change behavior? So that's what I'm talking about, how to if you have no relationship to nature, so how to create that relationship in our lifestyles and in the city planning. And I was at COP last year, spoke in the Izbek Pavilion. You'll think that's kind of strange, but last summer I did a series of workshops for the earthquake survivors in Turkey with Balashkir University, and so we got a lot of really great stories and drawings from there, and I spoke about that at COP. Okay. Thanks for being here, and thanks for having me. And I'm just interested in how you're going to move forward and what you're going to do and seeing how I can participate.
Bravo, yeah. And thanks also last time you said you will share the invitation to your networks and you have activities in schools and so really
Yeah,
very much appreciated if you
I
have
I
us.
get my students involved, right?
That's
Like I
super.
said, I'm transitioning, but Hyderabad is a really interesting area. So that's why I took the job. They want me to revamp the drawing program and work to document the tribal community's cultural heritage with a team, a research team they have. So I thought that
Thank
sounds
you.
really interesting.
And now the next one closest to me here is Miriam. Would you like to say a few words? Uh, Team member, supporter, key investor, advisor, and my wife.
Hi, I'm Miriam. I am accompanying my husband, and we are often discussing his topics. So I'm very much involved, and I try to help and to bring his ideas to the bottom and to life.
Wonderful. And Miriam was also involved in Carinthian regional sustainability programs as the head of the Office of the Regional Minister for Sustainability and for Energy some years ago. And David Corbett, may I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. It's really great to meet you all and very happy to be part of this call. I'm with ICLE Secretariat, World Secretariat as officer in the Urban Research Innovation and Development team. I'm joining today on behalf of my colleague, Porya Salehi, who's the head of our team actually, and he also actually was present at the last Ljubljana forum. So I've heard really fantastic things about the event and was excited to join this call. I have a background in city and regional planning. A lot of my research for my PhD was centered on kind of community engagement and co-creation processes, especially with the informal sector. And so I was really interested with this competition call as well and the connection to cities. So excited to find out more about thoughts regarding that and yeah, to be part of the conversation going forward. Thanks.
For being with us, very much appreciated. Georg Eichler, Dr. Georg Eichler from the city of Klagenfurt. We had initially thought to have the in-person meeting here, but we had then, for some practical reasons, to postpone it to later in the summer. But Dr. Eichler, please introduce yourself and your city a little bit.
Project manager for the city of Klagenfurt, particularly involved in the international projects we run. I worked for the city for about 2 years. Before that, I used to work for the university here in Klagenfurt with a focus on entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial ecosystems, as well as sustainable business models and transition towards sustainable business models. Thank
Amazing, yeah. And Klagenfurt is also one of these EU mission cities and therefore very interesting also for the cross-border cooperation and interesting for pilot action together. And here the next one on my screen, Mari. Ismail, could you mute your microphone?
Okay, thank you.
Mari, yeah.
Okay. Hello, hi everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Mari. My name is Mari Asada. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm based in Japan. I'm artist. I'm visual artist. Also, I'm Hilo. 22. Uh, that's fine.
I'm trying to mute Mr. Ismail Zainalov, but somehow it.
I keep talking anyway. Okay, so I
Please, yeah.
participated the MENA Climate Week. That was first time I met Milo and other people are working for digital for art for climate and also innovation, digital innovation. And I participated COP28 as a speaker, and I helped the innovation pavilion, digital innovation pavilion as a speaker, but also I was helping audio visual technical matter streaming and as a staff, and also do represent of digital for climate Japan. So we're planning to promote in Japan as well. And also I'm a board member of Earth Day Japan Network, which is Earth Day is all over the world and also all over Japan, but there was no organization to connect the dots. So this time we established last year, April for the Earth Day, and we connect all the Japanese Earth Day. So as a Earth Day, I want Earth Day will support digital for climate as well. And yes, and personally, I'm working for an artist, and I'm very involved to Web3 industry in Japan as well from 2021. So I work with a lot of NFT artists. Actually, I was busy for international competition for gallery these days, but I also I'm planning with a digital for climate with Milo. And I want to connect all the digital artists into more like earth conscious as environmental issues, and I want more artists to will get involved in this movement. So and thank you for that, and looking forward to some chance to meet you in person. But yes, thank you so much.
Hoping to have you at our festival in early September or then in New York. João Pita Costa, bom dia, dober dan, hello.
Bom dia, David. Hello. From Portugal, but originally based in Ljubljana, Slovenia, not far from Klagenfurt. I'm representing the International Research Center for Artificial Intelligence under the auspices of UNESCO, UNESCO Class Center Class 2. We do a lot of work and we have a lot of focus on artificial intelligence for sustainability, a bit around the Sustainable Development Goal verticals, but in many different, let's say, fronts. So we're very interested and I'm very happy to meet you and to hear your activity and take part of this call.
Thank you very much, Joao. Yeah, and I believe that in the context of the digital tools, that there we can really have great cooperation together, and because we have the vision also to build a cross-border competence center, an Alps Adriatic research and technology development center for digital innovation and climate action empowerment. And here your center is certainly one of the key pillars that we are planning to mobilize and to include. And talking of cross-border RTD cooperation, of course, Nena Dokuzov is our friend also here on the sunny side of the Alps. Nena, hi, please introduce yourself.
Unfortunately, here in Slovenia, yes. Hello, and thank you, Miro, for invitation. I'm also very glad to see Mari and Joao and Cristina. I saw also familiar faces here. Actually, I work for the Ministry of Economy in Slovenia. I'm responsible for digital transformation. I have to say that in those last years, we managed to establish very strong and quality collaboration with the GloCha, and we concluded a partnership for COP28. It was already mentioned, and organizing 3 or 4 days conference on advanced digital technologies and digital innovation within different domains on energy efficiency, but also smart cities that was mentioned before. And on the other hand, we are very active on the European level, on that cross-border collaboration, also maybe relevant for the smart cities, the geolocation stream at Gaia X. You know that Gaia X is a European initiative now based within data spaces, but also for cloud, edge, AI, and blockchain technology. So I hope that we can contribute here somehow to further development. What I have to say that we are also strongly preparing for Brazil COP30. And here we will probably go with the same partnership like we have it for COP28, but focused into digital assets, into climate change, into social impact, and this would be the topics that will be covered in Brazil. Yeah. So thank you. I will listen to you. I have another parallel call, but I will try to listen to you for the whole workshop, right? Thank you.
Happy to have you as a partner. And now we have here also Christina, of course, our creative director. Christina, please, could you introduce yourself?
Good morning, everybody. And I'm here in Malibu, California. So, you know, Miro has a reach that has kind of, I'm Australian as well. He's reached around the world. We've been working together. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. How long, Miro? Since Rio, since before Rio. Yes, yeah. Hello, Miriam. Nice to see you. We don't see enough of you because I know you participate very strongly on the other side. You know, we don't see you in these meetings, and I wish we did. So welcome. Anyhow, I'm really I'm just so impressed by this contest. And I'm very moved that we can, and very honored to be a part of it. You know, I think while all our negotiators and all our mayors and governors and everyone around the world, you know, who are working in official participation, that we of the cultural and artistic and creative community can really step in and help spread the word and get participation from all of civil society, because this transformation that we're going through right now, we need everyone to step in, become aware, and just know that they can do something, even if it's a little thing. You know, like painting a picture it may not be a big thing. Then creating a song that can take a couple of weeks, it can take a year sometimes for some people. But I think this is really wonderful to, you know, to ignite this community and to really bring everyone together. So I think this is very, very exciting. I love the participation that we have now from UNEP and from UN Habitat, because that allows civil society an open door into the UN structure and into what's happening in the UN. So it's no longer, you know, a mystery to everyone, and to bringing all the representatives of all of the cities and the communities and the governmental structure into this, so that we all become one. Because imagine what it would look like, you know, if all the 8+ billion people in the world work together as a team, you know, to take us into and through this transformation that we're going into right now. Anyway, so very happy to be here. Love the calls, and
Thank you, Christina, for being part of the family since the very early days. And family, Sol, Moran, Sol Brosa is also part of the family. Please, Sol, introduce yourself.
Is my camera working?
No.
No? Oh.
Now it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, now we see you.
I had to come in with the other device, sorry. Hi, everyone. Good to meet the people I haven't met yet. See those who I have met yet again. Just to make it short, I am an artist also, working mainly with using music as a tool to raise awareness and educate. I also really support the direction that Miro is guiding us and everyone who's behind Miro with combining everyone together and also using technology to bridge it. So I'm here mainly supporting and wanting to, just be another drop of water and hope that we can end up with an ocean one day.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, Akim, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Can you see me? There we
Yes,
go.
we can. Hello.
Hi, everyone. My name is Akeem Babes. I'm originally from South Mississippi, and I'm currently based here in Los Angeles. I'm working as an assistant with Christina as we work on Evolution Love and launching more great energy into this world, combining entertainment with sustainability and being that hub for action and inspiration and knowledge for people to come together and understand that we do need all of those people across the board, from entertainment, from sustainability, from the environment, to get that the ball is already rolling and getting the atmosphere in the universe together to get everything. I'm so sorry. I'm a little nervous. But
no need
yeah,
to be nervous.
we're
It's
getting
a community call. You are
I
very
know.
much appreciated.
I know, but it's awesome to be on the team with Christina to get this ball rolling, because I'm an artist myself, but to be diving into this world with Christina and to see how much she knows and how she's spreading that information is becoming super inspiring. And it's been awesome to be a part of these calls with you too, Miro, with the GloCha, to see the good work that is happening out there. It's been giving me great ideas to bring up some of these ideas to Mississippi, where my family is based, and to see how we can continue spreading this throughout all over. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. And now Morris Mburu Halisi Monre from Kenya, please.
Hi, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sorry I can't put on my camera right now. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I think for me is I want to stick to the topic of the cities and everything. And mine is just a young person perspective in Africa. As you guys have seen, I think it's not a secret, because it has been in BBC, CNN. There has been an uprising of youth in Africa. When you look at Kenya, when you look at Uganda, some of these things that people never thought are possible, youths are standing up and they are saying, you know what, we want a direction to a future we know and we desire. And I feel that the international community has been focusing mostly on the politicians that are in government, and when they are given grants or all these financial equipments to make climate change, to fight climate change, they put it in their pockets. Sorry. So with this direction of focusing on the artist, because we as artists, we have very many sources of income, and therefore we cannot be driven by small money. We are spiritual beings, and therefore this is a very important topic when it is given to the artists themselves, because we are the people that have the real influence, not the politicians. And I know that we can be able to make a change. And I've been listening to the calls and everything, and I really appreciate everyone's input. And just my suggestion would be, when we narrow down to a specific city, what are the youths in that city doing without the help of the government? Because for me, I know, for example, in Kenya, there is Lake Victoria Environmental Champions. They are doing stuff on their own. In Nairobi, there are very many initiatives. They are doing stuff on their own, but they have never been brought into these international spaces, because the international community believes that when they negotiate with the government, they negotiate on behalf of the youths on the ground that are doing initiatives. And these people in government, they use the quote unquote initiatives to get money they can siphon from. So for me, that is just what I've been saying, and I'm very sorry if there is an African in this in this call that might think that I'm painting Africa in a bad light, but that is the truth. The truth is that our leaders are corrupt, and the real people who can bring change are the people who control the behavior, and those are the artists. We are the people that whatever we sing, people will move along with it. When you look at the challenges in TikTok, when you look at the views on YouTube, when you look at the streamings on Spotify and everything, you get to realize the people that are in touch with the real people are the artists, not the politicians. I'm very sorry I was late on this call. As I had earlier said on our other call, is that I have a platform where artists can be able to sell and stream their music, and they get their money real time through their mobile money called Omoka. And it was being used to fundraise for people who have been affected by protests in Kenya. And two of my developers were arrested yesterday night, so I had to look at that issue. But anyway, I'm good. And I was also to release an album today, but because my developers were arrested, I think I'll just do it tomorrow. I just hope you guys will support, because also the other conversation has been is that African artists, when they approach international community or people from outside the country, the perception is that we are looking for money. And the real thing is that the international community or people with big organizations give money to politicians that steal. So we are left with the only option we can do is beg. I hope that this discussion will change the perspective, or we will change the way the artists engage with the international community. We stop the begging, because if we can make it sustainable for artists to do their art, that is all that is required. And with art, for example, with the platform that I do, a lot of people have used the art to fundraise for real climate activities in their own hometown. So it is possible, and I'm very happy to be here, and I hope to hear from you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hope your developer will be released soon. And congratulations to the great work that you are doing on artivism and on the resource mobilization component of a creative economy and artivism. We will have our community talk next week, and there you will have also more time to present your solution that you are already using, and we will have a special sub-team call on capacity building for African artists next Tuesday, which we will then find the time together with you. And Moise and Ismail, would you like to introduce yourself quickly? 1 minute each. It's good for the community call that we know who is the community.
I think I'll go first, and then Ismail will go later. My name is Maurice Ngaria. I'm a 24-year.
Yeah.
Is it me?
No, I thought the Moise Udin.
Oh.
Yeah. So Moise and Ismail didn't speak yet. So and Doug has joined now. It's okay. That's great. We will then bring Doug on. But Moise and Ismail, if you would like to say something, it's fine. If you don't want, it's also no pressure. Moise is our intern volunteer in Klagenfurt as well, from Pakistan, studying at the University of Klagenfurt. But all good. Let's go to. I will briefly present now the contest, and then we will discuss or introduce with Doug Reagan from UN Habitat, also some thinking about what can be done in terms of additional awards. So we have our contest. In general, first, GloCha stands for Global Challenges, Action Empowerment. It's about how can we get everyone, everywhere, inspired and empowered to take action for the common good in a global framework, global local framework. And here culture is a key pillar. And we have our call for music and art in support of global goals. And this year in support of the UN Summit of the Future, which will take place on the 22nd and 23rd of September. Here you find the homepage, and we are inviting musicians, visual artists, storytellers, other innovators to come up with visions of desirable futures and with social energy for these collaborative efforts in the context of the UN Summit of the Future and the UN Climate Change Conference COP29. And in addition to this UN-focused goals, we are building with our initiative also our own ecosystem, the Global Challenges Action Network, GloCha. It's a partnership for citizens and youth-focused Global Challenges Action Empowerment. We have with the contest two main awards, Future Creator Visual Art Award, Future Creator Music Award. The winners will receive $2,500 each. Or now some of our team members suggested that we rethink this. Perhaps it's better to have some more awards and splitting up these 2,500 on 2 or 3 main awards. We will rethink this because we are now having an overall rethinking of our timing and delivery timeline, because we had planned additional awards. We will show the list later, but we have seen that we need more time to get things in place to onboard our partners and potential sponsors. So we have now changed the timeline. Initially, we said submissions are open from the 1st of July onwards till the end of till the 20th of August. But now we said we are shifting everything for 5 weeks, and we will have a reopening of the submission page on the 19th of September, because by then we believe that we can have all the partnerships in place and the additional awards also in place. And today's conversation is also about additional local awards and cities-focused global award, which is still work in progress. So we have a festival as a key component of our partnership, of our edutainment framework. We have booked a youth camp between the 3rd and the 8th of September at the Lake Turnasee in Carinthia in Austria. We have booked the cultural center Danica from the Slovenian Cultural Association, there it's ethnic minority, which I belong there as well. And we have in the context of the contest also a resource mobilization program using blockchain technology, digital collectibles as a mechanism for people to be able to buy this artwork, the digital certificates, digital collectibles, and with this supporting the creators and the projects and also our work. And this was developed with the support of the Austrian Ministry for Climate and the UN Climate Change Secretariat. And we will work with partners and also with cities that want to use this kind of approach for supporting local level climate projects, SDGs projects. We will see, we are inviting with today's event also cities and other partners to join us here. Our unique assets are that we are very well connected with the global governance system, with the UN system. We have each year our conference and exhibit at the UN headquarters in New York. And we have our digital innovation pavilion at the UN climate conferences, last year in Dubai, this year in Baku. And so we can bring the cities, the creators from these partnering cities to these places and opportunities and we believe that this is quite attractive. We have on the 19th of September, the UN headquarter conference will be organized together with UN Habitat Youth Program and UN Environment Early Warning and Data Analytics Branch. Doug Reagan, who is now here on the call with us, is also a key partner in this. And then here now to this list of tentative list of additional awards: Street Art Award, one map award with UNEP, and then we are working with Mari and Mac on special promotion and localization activities in Japan. Innovative artistic concepts is one potential additional award. We have a team member who is working with artists in refugee camp. We are thinking of this. We have an interesting program partner which is working with schools in China, Map Your Art, Children Artist Learning Program Art. And this idea for today's call is that individual cities and groups of cities could have their own awards. And talking about this, I would like to bring now on Doug Reagan a little bit to present UN Habitat Youth Program, and then also these ideas that we have for awards, Street Art Award, and also a special award with UNEP. Doug, would you be ready to take the floor?
Yeah, I mean, so thanks, Miro. And again, we're always honored to be working with GloCha and all the different partners. It's really it's excellent. So for us, this kind of builds from what we did in the Climate Change Awards for COP a couple of COPs ago, specifically looking at how we could celebrate NFTs and you know, all the technology that was going on at that time. Things have changed a bit, obviously, in the world of NFTs and such, but in terms of focus, it hasn't. And I mean, what happened in that that contest was many different groups from all over the different, many artists from different areas submitted and so on. But what we requested, again, maybe to reintroduce myself, I work with UN Habitat. I'm the youth program officer. I'm in charge of basically our focus for UN Habitat uniquely in the UN system is cities, towns, and everything in between. So what we were looking at is how could we assure that those who are most marginalized in cities, usually living in informal settlements and slums, could have an be actively involved. And we have an informal settlement here called Mathari in Nairobi, and it's one of the largest informal settlements in Kenya. And we had these amazing artists who came together and did a mural, a public mural, which they do often a lot here. So it's a really important way of both artistically, but as well as a way of publicly communicating, because you have a very sometimes illiterate, innumerate population. So art is a wonderful way to put a message in during that time. Not only was there climate change, the message we wanted to get across, but also the COVID message. So at that time, we gave an award. It was excellent. And here we go. So you see this thing in the middle, the Team Spirit Award, special prize, went to Graffiti Girls and the Malanga Kubo, which is this community within Mathari, young mothers. So it was a really excellent thing. It was where the football pitch and so on and so on. So that we're wanting to continue that into this this contest and moving forward, so that we want to sponsor a specific prize for, again, some young people from urban settings, informal settlements and such. And so that's where we're kind of at. That's one. We also work closely with our partners, the United Nations Environment Program, which is kind of our sister agency here in Nairobi. And they're wanting to focus on digital mapping and mapping as a way of art and such. So that, unfortunately, Gang's not here and he can't explain better, but we also want to focus on that area of digitalization. We're not exactly sure what that's going to look like for sure, but it's going to be another possible special prize. We have actually, and I haven't talked to Mira about this, but we also have reached out to some other artists and such who might be able to sponsor a special prize. And we're just waiting back to hear whether they will or not. So if that's the case, we might come to you with a third option. But currently, right now, we just have two, UNEP and UN Habitat. There you go.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you very much, Doug. And perhaps also mentioning that we have a memorandum of understanding between IAI GloCha and UN Habitat on this cooperation on creative approaches to global goals implementation. Digital art for climate was the starting point, and now this GloCha contest. And that's really great. And now let's go to these opportunities that we have here between the cities of Klagenfurt and Ljubljana, and there are also these other EU mission cities in Slovenia. So perhaps background information, there is a program of the European Commission, Research and Technology Development Program. It's called EU Mission for Climate Neutral Smart Cities, where about 115 or 120 cities have declared that they want to be pioneers, innovation leaders, and trying to become climate neutral by 2030. Not the 2050 timeline as it's for the overall EU in the European Green Deal, but now really with, more ambitious. And in Austria, Klagenfurt is a leader, is the only EU mission city, and happy to have Dr. Georg Eichler with us. And we've had a conversation last week with the leader of the Department for Climate and Environment in Klagenfurt, and there's a lot of interest to have cooperation here with Ljubljana, which has been also EU Green Capital in 2016, and the city of Velenje and Kranj, who are the three Slovenian cities. We've had a first initiative on bringing these cities together in an Interreg cross-border regional cooperation program last year. And we've had a meeting there, and we said this was the first networking event on digital innovation, EU mission cities, and culture. Unfortunately, that project didn't then get the good enough evaluation. But we are still thinking how can we resubmit this project or another one. We've had then in August last year another networking event in our office in Klagenfurt, and there we have already had representatives from Klagenfurt, Velenje, and not only officials, but also civil society representatives, and Lisa Lang from EU Climate Kick, which is also managing the Net Zero Cities Network. And we said, yes, we welcome this collaborative approach. We want to have joint cooperation and resource mobilization framework for cities, citizens, youth and climate action and digital innovation, and that we want to have also collaboration on a digital art for climate edition. And we didn't take it much further at that time because we were waiting for this Interreg project to be confirmed, which then didn't get confirmed. But now we are here to make a cooperation offer and to say we have our contest set up, the global framework, and now as we are in this phase of introducing additional awards, let's look how we could introduce a local award with some of the participating cities, or with the group of cities here that we say it's an EU Mission Cities Award in the context of our global contest. It can be done this year, or it could we could also think of implementing it later. But as we have this GloCha community calls, we thought it's a good opportunity to really loop in our city level partners and introduce them also to our friends and partners from UN Habitat and from UNEP, because the UNEP early warning and data analytics work and the one map and these initiatives, these are very attractive, very high potential, bringing the local efforts into a global framework, because it's very often difficult for a city to motivate their citizens. They will say, oh, these are global challenges, we are doing these small things, it's irrelevant, it's not big enough. But if we have this global framework, if we are partnering with other cities, and if we are introducing then also gamification, part of our programs to cities is that we bring everybody together to our festival, and that there would be sports games, among these artistic expressions, entertainment shows, and resource mobilization innovation. And this conversation we had also today with Blar is that we should work on a joint EU program, project submission, and also mobilize climate philanthropy leaders here from the region. And here is, in terms of the programs that we are looking in, it's from the European Space Agency. There is a call now open for proposals on cultural change for green transition. And the European Institute of Technology, the new European Bauhaus, has a call for co-creating cities and societies for these big climate transitions. So there are huge opportunities, and there are financial resources there, and we offer ourselves our framework to to the cities here in the region, that we develop joint programs that will help the cities implement ambitious climate targets, mobilizing new ideas and financial resources for this local level action. And with this, I stop sharing and am open to the conversation. And as Joao, when I looked on the screen, was the first one to that I saw is really, we want to build a competence center, which would be somehow servicing the cities, first the cities here, but in the end it should be servicing hundreds and thousands of cities worldwide with the knowledge work, with the knowledge infrastructure, and also the technology infrastructure. And it should be also a framework in which these cities and the citizens would be co-owners of these structures. So that's the innovative thing that we're trying. We're trying to build some kind of next generation of the United Nations for non-state actors, and with cities as a key pillar. And therefore now giving it the floor to a big thinker and innovator.
Thank you, Miro. Now, so how to tap in after this conceptual and systemic introduction into of the project? I would add one thing, that very important is non-state actors, and more knowledge we have, more good initiatives are, less execution we have of the projects on the ground. And at the same time, less engagement of various communities. Not just the young generation, but in this case we speak about the young generation. So that's why one of the main purpose of Ljubljana Forum is when mayors and city leaders are coming together for 2 days. First of all, they get insight and knowledge about the theme, concept, and then, of course, addressing of views from different perspectives, from different stakeholders, then also young generations and companies, what's in for them. And especially for GloCha, what is currently very interesting, and the context that might be, and that city leaders, the municipalities, mayors and their teams, that can trigger is to help them with GloCha creative contests, competitions, to come up with new ideas, to mobilize actions for very concrete projects in the field of combating global challenges, in this case, climate challenges, climate action. That's one part. Besides that, okay, who's paying the bill? So Miro is focusing with GloCha now very much on philanthropy. That's one part. But on the other side, we need to know that companies today are looking forward for the social projects to be engaged, to support those projects that really help to solve climate change. And at the same time, they need to introduce in their balance sheet from next year on how much and where they contributed for, in this case, sustainable development goals. So that's another main stream. I'm looking more from the perspective of getting things done on the ground, and that can help on one side mayors to organize things, so city as ecosystem. Second, young generation to be part of the contest, so initiate competitions. And the third, invite the business sector, besides philanthropies, which they have their own logic of supporting, which is very good, super. But besides that, also companies. And we do that at Ljubljana Forum very effectively. And in this year edition, 3rd, 4th of October, during the project presentation area where we put companies together also, plus other actors, we can go next step towards the realization of GloCha goals. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Blaž. Dr. Eichler, may I ask you for your thoughts and your strategy also on this kind of topics? What I've seen, there was also a citizens lab now, citizen science lab set up in Klagenfurt at the University of Klagenfurt, and you have a climate lab, and you have some big plans also in the in the European contest. Would you like to share something so that others who are here could think where they can connect with you?
I'm actually sitting in the Smart Climate Lab here in the center of Klagenfurt right now. The Smart Climate Lab is a contact and information point for citizens, where we can inform the citizens on our pathway towards climate neutrality. What's very important for us as a city, and I assume also for the Slovenian cities, Ljubljana, Kranj, Velenje, is obviously the benefit for the city and the benefit for the city of Klagenfurt to reach climate neutrality. Out of all the projects we are currently running, and generally, I think the idea with the EU Mission Award is very interesting. However, I think it's really important that we get in contact with the Climate Kick and the managing program of the EU Cities Mission, and also kind of involve them. Maybe they have the possibility to also somehow support this idea. Yeah, and to obviously also exchange and include the other Slovenian cities and see what they think.
So this is already, that's very good. Maybe just to add, Georg, this is already on the way. So all 3 cities were part of the forum, and Climate Kick was last year also very much engaged and presented at Ljubljana Forum. So it's now just technically how we can connect this with the GloCha contest in order that GloCha even enforce what is already in a way inside of the plan of net zero cities and Climate Kick project. Yeah. So that's a very good point. Yeah.
Could we perhaps organize the day before the next Ljubljana Forum, or somehow on the fringes of Ljubljana Forum, perhaps a joint breakfast or something with these EU mission cities here from both countries, and with Climate Kick, so that we would have the conversation on this topic.
I put in my to-do list.
Good. Yeah, and should also put on the to-do list this joint project applications.
Okay.
It's really, I believe there is enough, there are financial resources there for local climate action, digital innovation, citizens engagement. These are the very hot topics. And so we should really go from the improvised level, which I'm very often working on, to this well-resourced, well-structured institution building and program building. And here together we have the assets. We just need to put it in a project proposal and really getting on the next level. Are there any other thoughts, comments, wishes?
Maybe just one more thought for the rest that are not directly linked to the net zero cities or EU mission. It's really important that once this model is done, where there is allocation of resources and award, and we bring with artist creativity dimension, that this can be done further transferred to other cities, not just those that are Klagenfurt, Ljubljana, and those that are part of this EU core. But definitely we can transfer them to other cities. And I think that's one of the goals, plan of GloCha, that what is built up is the most sophisticated program design of the EU with very specific KPIs to be measured, to be reached by contest, that with creativity part engagement, that we transfer this to different cities around the world throughout GloCha network.
Bravo. 100% agree. Thank you. Yeah. That's the idea. And Morris, Alice, you have raised your hand.
Yes. I think also as we also look at the different cities, I don't know if the plan is to map out every initiative of climate change or climate nature in every city. I think it is also important if we can develop a pilot program, selecting different cities at first, and we see how that works, and also looking at the accessibility of this information, because this is a very important data that other organizations can use. For example, in our website we have that we know each and every initiative of climate nature in every town in Kenya. So, and we started with a pilot program. So also if that can be put into consideration, and also I want to put my request is that I would love to be part of actualizing the African part of GloCha program, putting into consideration every interest, and I know I have what it takes based on what I have explained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Balisi. I'm now trying to show here a program that we have with here, yeah. So we have already tool which is not about mapping every initiative, but it is a tool for challenges mapping. And where we've developed it in the context of the Interreg Central Europe project JET4CE, Just Energy Transition for Central Europe. It's a citizens engagement tool, some kind of citizen science tool where we invite through our regional partners in 9 Central European countries, we're inviting people to citizens to report the challenges that they see and to specify action potentials. And this is also a tool which we are offering to our participating cities, that we can develop it further in terms of climate action potentials mapping, be it climate action mitigation, but also adaptation. So this is a tool that we have already in our tool set, and that we would love to share and to develop further with citizens, because we need to reach the citizens on their mobile devices. And this is a challenge for all cities and for all UN programs. We need to connect to the ordinary people and with their needs and their knowledge. And this our tool is something where we have a pilot project, a minimum viable product, and this can be developed significantly further, that there will be cities apps for the cities and citizens apps for SDGs action and climate action and edutainment and activism also. And so Ismail, also Maurice, your involvement and your thinking, leadership, and insights from Africa are very welcome. You are certainly welcome to join our team there. And as I see no further raised hands, I would suggest that we finish for today. And I hope that we will see again next week, Wednesday. It will be focusing on resource mobilization. How can we use Web3 technology, blockchain technology enabled creative economy to give food on the table for the participating artists, really helping them to have a livelihood, but also using these new tools like digital collectibles and crypto stamps for having our structure and city level projects financed. And so see you again next Wednesday, 4 o'clock. And wishing everybody a wonderful week. And thanks again, Raj and Miriam, for your friendship and
great people.
Everything. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.